Hello Yu-Gi-Oh players, I'm the RJB0. I am kinda between serious decks right now, and I figure that being the case, if I can't run a serious deck, why not run a stupid deck? That's right, I am bringing back what is probably the least successful video series that I have ever attempted. It may have gotten like 3 videos, if that, but I had a lot of fun trying to make it, so I figured I should bring it back. It's my Stupid Deck of the Month series, and I also figure I would like to honor the bringing back of that incredibly entertaining series by bringing back one of my most incredibly entertaining stupid decks. It's my classic Gadget Ninja Dino Chaos deck. That is right, Gadget Ninja Dino Chaos. Now, for those of you who do not remember this deck, it is a lot of fun because it's highly trollsy in its playstyle, and it's especially entertaining to watch your opponent's face as they try to figure out what the hell you're doing. But also, it's a deck that is entirely unique to me as a player. I don't know anybody else who's stupid enough to come up with an idea like this. So I have brought back the deck, and I have revamped it for the current format for your viewing pleasure. So let's get down to it. First off, because it is a gadget deck, gotta run 6 gadgets. There's no other alternative. You can't run 3 because 3 doesn't do anything. It's pretty much pointless, and you can't run 9 because it's like, whoa. So then, because it's a ninja deck, you have to run 3 Hanzos. Now, Hanzo is Hanzo. You can search Super Trans with it, or if you special summon it, you can add another ninja to your hand, like this guy. Now, this guy is really great because he's what gives the deck synergy between your ninjas and your gadgets. Because you run gadgets and ninjas, you run a lot of pretty conditional trap cards, and they can end up being dead. This guy gets rid of cards that you wouldn't have been able to use before, and allows you to go at plus with them instead. So you can discard like a dead Ultimate Offering or something, and then go for a Hanzo, and then get another Upstart Golden Ninja, and then go for a Big Xyz. It's pretty great. Then, since you run Super Trans, you gotta run some targets for it. So I run a Light Pulsar and an Interplanetary Purpley Thorny Dragon. Now, for those of you who've seen the original deck profile, I ran 2 Light Pulsar in it. I didn't like that because A, Light Pulsar can be a dead draw since you don't run that many light and dark targets in the deck, and B, I needed a couple more dark targets. So, instead of running something harder to summon, like Dark Flare Dragon, I decided to run Interplanetary Purpley Thorny Dragon, which is a dark target that can still be summoned by Light Pulsar Dragon, so it's pretty great. Then, because it's a Dino deck, you gotta run 3 Direct Guaibas, because it's Guaiba. Guaiba can make Logia and Dolka really easily. You can summon him with Super Trans, and I have a lot of ways of allowing him to run over cards, like some spell and trap cards, but more importantly, you can go for first turn Maestro pretty easily. So I've discovered that if I can summon this guy with Super Trans and successfully get a Logia out with him, I usually win the game. Next, because he's good, I run a Ryo. I would run another one of the next card, if I could, over that Ryo, because the next card is Photon Thrasher. Now, Photon Thrasher I have been seriously turned on to because A, this deck usually has issues with Ryo. If my opponent drops Ryo, I'm usually pretty much boned. But this guy gets rid of Ryo because he's a 2100 beater, so my opponent has to go, well, I'm screwed if I leave that on the board, so they sack the Ryo and get rid of it. But also because he makes your gadgets live first turn. One of the dumb things about a gadget deck is in order to do anything first turn, you gotta go at minus, like take a Machina Fortress and discard a gadget to summon it or something like that. Or you just have to wait in order to actually go at plus with your monsters. This way, you can summon this guy, and then you can summon your gadget, and then you can get another gadget with that gadget, and then overlay for an Xyz, and it's pretty much a free Maestro or Utopia or something like that first turn. Now, I could run Tinplate Goldfish if it was out, but I actually like this guy better than Tinplate Goldfish because he can get rid of Ryo. So next, of course, because it's a gadget deck, I run 2 Tragodia. I run a lot of traps, so Gores isn't really an option, and this deck usually builds up a lot of cards in its hand, making this guy really good, not to mention he can make himself level 4 and discard level 4s to steal level 4s, so I can make a lot of rank 4s. Next, because I've got Chaos, I've got to have a BLS. I don't run Chaos Sorcerer because I don't have enough light and dark targets, but BLS is BLS, and you can't, it's not Chaos without BLS. So next, we have 2 MST, because it's MST, it's good back row clearing. Then you have 2 Duality because duality. And then this is a card that I got turned on to during the tag team tournament over Book. It's Forbidden Lance. Now, Forbidden Lance not only allows you to help your Guaiba to get over things, but it allows you to protect your Xyz monster when you summon them. It's pretty great. You can also keep your opponent from, like, bottomlessing your Thrasher or something like that. A lot of good things with that card. Next, Rhoda, because you have 8 targets in the deck. And then finally, for the spells, you have your 3 staples, Monster Reborn, Heavy, and Dark Hole. Now, going on to the traps, we have 3 Super Trans, because it's a ninja deck, you gotta run 3 Super Trans. And then 3 Fiendish Chain, which I run over hand traps because, because of Upstart Golden Ninja, but also because this stops cards like Grapha and Heroes and stuff like that. And hand traps don't really, and I also side these out for other things when I'm fighting decks like Mermail Atlanteans. Then we have 2 Torrential Tributes for field clearing, because it's good, and then we have 1 Starlight Road to protect those back row, and then because it's a Gadget deck, you gotta run Ultimate Offering. So that's the deck. I'm really looking forward to bringing back this video series. It was a lot of fun trying to make the first time when I got a couple of profiles, but lost them all. And I hope you guys are looking forward to it too. I will see y'all later.